Good morning. Aussie coffee makes waves on tiny Japanese island. Australia is known for its coffee culture with a cafe on nearly every corner. So when 64-year-old John Whitmore, a retired swimming coach from Sydney, moved to the tiny Japanese island of Himejima in 2023, he quickly noticed something was missing: good coffee. Whittemore decided to do something about it, so he opened Oji Cafe, a small shop painted in green and yellow near the island's ferry port. It serves coffee made from Australian roasted beans along with herbal teas, toasted sandwiches, and cookies. Visitors can even buy the coffee beans to take home. Himeshima isn't the kind of place you'd expect to find Australian coffee. The island off the coast of Oita Prefecture in Kyushu is home to just 1,700 people, and Widmer says he's the only foreigner living there. But that hasn't been a problem. Widmer says the locals have welcomed him, and the cafe has brought more visitors to the island, especially since tour groups started including Himeshima on their route. It's a big change from his life in Australia. Before coming to Japan, Widmer ran a swimming school with over 1,600 students a week, and before that, he worked in television. Of course, there are always risks with any new venture or change of direction, Whitmer says, but if you have a good belief and a good work ethic, then anything is possible to achieve. Whitmer says he hopes to grow Oji Cafe slowly and maybe even open more cafes in the future. For now, though, it's about making good coffee and offering a slice of Australia in a quiet corner of Japan. Sounds very nice. Questions: where is John Whitmore originally from? How many people live in Himeshima? What did Whitmore do for work when he lived in Australia? Discussion: what are your thoughts on Oji Cafe? Have you been to Australia? Actually, I have. Yes, it was very nice. If so, did you experience the coffee culture? No, actually, I didn't. What was I doing? If not, would you like to? Yes, I do. What comes to mind when you think of Australian food? Good beef, I think, but maybe not because I didn't know about the coffee. How would you describe your country's coffee culture? That's all right. It's some people who is into it is doing a lot of work to sell very nice coffee, but to me it's kind of too much sometimes. It's expensive and it shouldn't be luxury, I think. Yes, what are some of your favorite foreign cafes or restaurants? I actually like my own coffee, yes. I mean, I don't brew it, but just buys from the shop that I like and just do it on my home. I don't go to cafe. I like home. Yes, for the discussion, what do you usually order when you go to a cafe? Black coffee, always. What are some of the best cafes in your area? In my area, I don't know because too many Starbucks, too many chain like cafe stores. I don't see many. Yesterday I went to cafe with my Dutch colleague to the cafe called named Tsukiji in Sanjo-Keihan area. That's oldest one of the oldest cafe in Kyoto, built in 1936 or something. The information says, and that's the first cafe who served the winter coffee in Japanese. Called it's a coffee with whipped cream on, but I didn't like whipped cream, so I didn't order it. But anyways, yes, it was a nice cafe. They served a very nice tea too. Who are the biggest coffee drinkers you know? I used to be, but not anymore. And I don't know who is. who? I'm losing so much attention to anybody else. Who are the biggest? Do you prefer smaller local cafes or larger chains? Of course, the smaller local cafes, if there is. Uh, we don't have it close by, which is sad. Would you rather drink only tea or only coffee for the rest of your life? Then I would choose tea because tea, you can say green tea, like English tea, chai tea. I think tea has more variety. I hope I'm not cheating on this question.